In the summer of 2018, one of my friends showed up at school one day with a copy of Metroid Fusion and a white Game Boy Advanced. My other friends and I were intrigued by this, so we asked him where he acquired such an apparatus and such a game. He told us that he bought it at the plaza where we would go to play Super Smash Bros. After school. So that day, after school, we went to the plaza to play Super Smash Bros. But before then, we stopped by the locale where he had purchased said items. Me and one of my other friends, Andres, noticed that the man at the stand had Pokemon Crystal, Pokemon Silver, and Pokemon Gold all on display. We did not have enough money to purchase said items when we went there, but we decided that the next day we would show up with enough money and buy the games to play them alongside each other. I had already played Generation 2 several times at that point, but he had never played it, so it was going to be a fun experience for the both of us. The next day we showed up, and I bought Pokemon Crystal, which was about 400 pesos, which was about $21 at the time. Now 400 pesos is $20. And my friend either bought Pokemon Silver or Pokemon Gold. I do not remember because he had to switch it out for the other one because the game couldn't save because there was no save battery. So that summer, me and my friend played Generation 2. I beat the game rather quickly because again, I was already well aware of Generation 2 and all its mechanics, and he took a little longer than me. I beat the Elite Four I think about 20 times before he even beat it once, which was kind of comical. We traded Pokemon, we battled together, it was a lot of fun. We traded a lot of eggs rather than just straight Pokemon because it was kind of fun to, get the egg, not know what it was going to be, have it hatch, and be a surprise. We battled this many times. He won most of them, unfortunately. There was this one battle where I put down spikes right away, and I don't really remember how the battle went out, but I do remember that this last Pokemon had very little health left, so when he switched it out, he immediately died by the spikes, and it was very funny. We would then, for the next couple of months, at random, go like this, imitating the Pokemon that died. Haha! It was funny. Then after a few months, we kind of stopped playing, we stopped bringing our Game Boys to school. It just kind of stopped happening for no particular reason. Shortly after that, I met my girlfriend, so that whole period of time is a rather nice one. Now here's the problem. Generation 2 carts are notorious for crapping out and dying, and that's because Generation 2 has one fatal flaw. Generation 2 has an in-game clock that is always running. Right now, as I speak, it's ticking. Just like a wristwatch is always going, this thing's always running. And if you didn't know, games are able to save based on their battery pack, which you can see right there. So when the battery runs out, you can't save anymore and the save data gets deleted. These things only last about 7-ish years, so yeah. I assume the battery pack got replaced at one point, but I can't say that for sure, and I don't know at what point it was replaced. When I bought the game, there was already a save on it. I don't know how old it was. I don't remember how much time it said had been played, but that's really irrelevant because they could have played like 5 minutes and then just left the game for 6 years. So it's 2021, almost 2022 now, and I don't know how much time I have left on this thing, but eventually this thing will die and all the Pokemon here will die with it, which sucks. Enter my Pokemon Crystal Let's Play. In one of the episodes, I'm contemplating being able to dump this ROM or this save state onto the computer to preserve it. I want to transfer this to digital so I don't lose them, but the equipment to do that, it costs $100 at this point, which kind of sucks because it's old stuff to basically dump the ROM into a USB or whatever. Now I was aware of some methods of doing this, but those cost about $100, so I was kind of hesitant on actually trying to do those. But after I finished recording the episode, I decided to look for other methods to see if there was a cheaper way of doing things. The most common methods I encounter were using a hacked GameCube, a hacked Wii, or a hacked DS. I don't have any of those things, hacked or otherwise, and I wasn't about to buy one so I could do this. I'm also not a big fan of hacking consoles. I think it removes the purity of them, and I'm not a big fan of that, but that's just me. So that was kind of not an option. And then I encountered this review of this apparatus that seemed to very easily be able to just plug this thing in and then download the save data, which seemed really cool. I went on the website, it cost less than $100, so I was contemplating it. It's still pretty expensive though, but as someone who just graduated college and had to spend his last year of college in this effing room, not being able to actually go to classes and talk to my friends and enjoy their presence, being able to preserve memories of me actually being able to do that, even if it's by, dumb Pokemon, for me it was really, really worth it. I know it's gonna sound dumb, but they're more than just Pokemon to me. It's stupid, I know, but that's the reality. Begin Operation Do the Effin' Mario, which is just codename for Save My Pokemon. So, I purchased the thing shortly after discovering it. Purchased the thing, waited for it to get here, and then it eventually arrived, and here it is. Here's some footage of me trying to open the box while the camera is in front of me. It's kind of awkward. Here's another angle of me trying to open up the box. I'm super muscular. So when I first opened up the box, I found a whole bunch of black little specks all over the place, which is pretty concerning because this thing instructs you to make sure that your game is very, very clean. There's nothing obstructing your USB ports before you plug it in, because if there is something, your game data will probably be erased. So, probably shouldn't have little black specks that can get jammed into the USB port in the package itself. That's a kind of negative thing. Not a big fan of that. Did get this little warning thing. The apparatus itself, here's the art on the back of it upside down. Here's the art on the back of it right side up. Looks pretty cool. Did get this pin. I didn't see that in the review that I watched, so that was a nice little surprise. I got a pin. Pins are pretty cool. I don't have any other pin except for this one. This is my only pin in my pin collection. Cool. So when I plugged it into the computer, I was expecting the software to open up. And then when it didn't open up, I started to panic a little bit because this thing wasn't super cheap. So I immediately went to the review that I watched just to make sure that that's what was supposed to happen, and I was wrong. You're supposed to download the software off the website. So I proceeded to go and do that. Feeling kind of stupid about not remembering that little detail. Went to the website, did that. Downloaded the software, plugged it in again, and waited for the software to recognize that the apparatus was connected and there was a game connected. It didn't want to recognize it. I'm continuing to panic because this thing wasn't cheap. I then go to the help section on the website. It says to download these drivers if you're having difficulties. I immediately did that. I think I restarted my computer as well just to make sure that they would work. Oh my god. The program actually recognized the game this time. Very excited. Heart pumping. This thing wasn't a waste of money apparently. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go! Camera focus. There we go. And then something happened, which I thought I recorded, but I'm a big dummy and I didn't actually record it. I must have hit the record button one too many times by accident. But the program said that I couldn't download the save because there was no save chip. I don't remember what the exact wording was, but it basically said there's no save on this thing, which was concerning because I know that this is how you save the game and it's right there. I did record this by accident, so here's a freeze frame. If you can make out what that says, there you go, that's what it says. It was something about the game save chip or something like that. Now again, starting to panic a little bit. I bought this game used. Did they remove the save chip? Is that a separate apparatus from the battery itself? Not sure. Looked it up online. Got no response, starting to panic even more. Also read on the website that there's a less than 1% chance that it'll just fail and delete your save for no apparent reason. Very concerning. Also read on the pamphlet that this thing is pretty much in beta mode, if that's a way to compare it to games. This thing is in beta. This thing isn't really meant for the common consumer. I didn't know that going in. I should have read more before I bought a thing that wasn't very cheap. This evaluation board / kit is intended for use for engineering development, demonstrations, or evaluation purposes only, and is not considered by the company to be finished end product fit for general consumer use. Persons handling this product must have electronic training and observe good engineering practice standards. As such, the goods being provided are not intended to be complete in terms of required design, marketing, and/or manufacturing-related protective considerations, including product safety and environmental measures typically found in the end products that incorporate such semiconductor components and circuit boards. This evaluation board/kit does not fall within the scope of the European Union. Okay, who cares about any of this crap? Very upset with myself, very panicky, very concerned. Pull out the game, put it in my Game Boy, expecting there to not be a save game anymore. Very concerned, there still was, very happy about that. Plugged it back in, same thing though. Can't download the save because there's no save basically. And then it just worked for no reason. I unplugged it, plugged it back in, it just started to read it. I could download the save. I downloaded the save and downloaded the ROM. Pretty cool, pretty excited.
That was quick. Okay. Let's see if it worked, I guess.
But I couldn't open up the ROM in an emulator. It gave me this error. Never seen that before. Very concerned yet again. Since I can't open up the ROM, I can't access the save. So what I decided to do is just take another ROM, name it the same thing, try to open up in there. It actually works. I get to the part where you hit continue. There's no continue option. It just says new game. Again, remembering the thing I read that said there's like less than 1% chance of it just randomly failing for no reason, starting to panic again, thinking I just won the anti-lottery, booted up in my actual Game Boy again just to make sure, you know, getting ready to cry. It was still there, now I'm just super confused why it was still there and it didn't work. I realized that the emulator made a separate save that was named the exact same thing, and that was why that there was no continue option, because it was a new save. Very frustrating and confused, but at least I didn't lose the game. And then I'm just kind of sitting there like, okay, at least I have the save apparently. I don't know how to access it, but at least it's here as like a backup for when this thing dies eventually. And then I realized, oh yeah, I can just put it into the Nrage plugin for the N64 emulator. I can just open it up in Stadium 2, and I did that, and they were there. Yay, celebration! We saved our Pokemon! We did it, boys! We did it! I'm happy. Not as excited as I was expecting to be, but I'm still happy. It was still pretty cool. Pretty cool? It was still pretty cool. Exciting happiness all the way around. Didn't really appreciate this thing came with a whole bunch of black specks all over the place, because that could have messed up the process. It was from the foam like thing that's in there. I know it wasn't intentional, but still, you might want to like make sure that doesn't happen. How would you do that exactly? I have no idea. Maybe use a different material that doesn't like rip off easily to make little black specks that can ruin my save. Maybe don't do that. Does the user not agree with the conditions? Return in 30 days. Yeah, I'm not returning this crap. Here's the pin. Here's a little thank you. Thank you for buying the GB01. We're grateful to be able to build retro gaming hardware we love thanks to your support. You're welcome. You are welcome. We hope the device lives up to your expectations. It kind of did. Assembled with care in that place by Petru? Okay, thanks, Petru or Petru. Alright, so yeah, that's my experience with the product. I appreciate that it exists. I dropped the game. I don't know if I would have bought this if I would have known that, again, this was not meant for the like general population, as it says here. General consumer use. I don't know if I actually would have bought it if I would have known that. Because I'm not an engineer. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I'm not an engineer. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not an engineer. Am I a criminal for not being an engineer and purchasing this product? Leave it in the comments below. What do you think? Should I be arrested by the, what did this thing say? The European Union directives regarding electronic capabilities and so on and so forth. Should I be arrested by those folks? I don't regret buying this. It was pretty expensive. I would say it was worth it for me to have bought this thing, because again, not only did I want to preserve the Pokemon, but I also want to preserve the memories with my good friend, who I don't see as much as I often would have a couple years ago, and I'm sad about that. Funny enough, we've traded so many eggs, we didn't trade a whole bunch of actual Pokemon, so there's only one Pokemon on the game that actually has my friend's trainer ID, so that's kind of funny. Should you buy this product if you are in a similar situation as I am? I would say maybe wait a little bit, maybe wait just a little bit. I did the other day save the game again because I was playing it physically, and I decided to save it again. And that time I had no issues with it. There was no, we can't identify the save chip or whatever the error was. It was fine. And when I downloaded the save and the ROM once again, I was able to boot it up with no problems in the emulator. Didn't need to like replace the ROM with the one that I already had or anything like that. It was really cool. I enjoyed this a lot. It is pretty cool. I have 164 Pokemon as of now. If I'm ever gonna complete the Pokedex, I'm probably gonna do it in this game, or at least as much as I can, because again, you can't get all the Pokemon in just one game. But if I'm ever actually gonna do that, I'm gonna do it on here. So that's gonna be pretty neat. This is really fun. This video is kind of reminiscent of when I bought GTA 3 in 2020. You guys remember that video? That was pretty cool. Alright, so my final thoughts on the product itself. Again, probably, there's still like little black specks on here. Like you could probably see. Actually, maybe not because of the lighting, but... So like, there's still little specks on there from this. So maybe you should like replace the material you... Maybe you should replace the material you used to like, as cushioning. Or something. Just so that doesn't happen. I'm out of focus. Just so that doesn't happen. I don't know what caused the error where it wasn't recognizing the save chip. So, yeah, I don't know how, I don't know. It just stopped happening randomly, so there's an error in case you never encountered that one before. Dev team, if you're watching this video, can I send this video to you guys? Will you guys watch it? Unfortunately, I didn't get it on camera because I'm an idiot, so I don't know. Thank you for watching. And thank you for making this product. Cool, the camera stopped recording automatically. That's super cool. I love that feature. Thank you, camera. So hopefully you guys can make one that's fit for consumers in the near future. I still enjoyed this one. I'm sorry I'm not an engineer. I hope I didn't violate like international laws or anything by not being an engineer and using this thing. All jokes aside though, I am super glad that I was able to save these guys with this apparatus. I'm glad I bought it, no regrets, even though it was kind of frustrating. I do have a lot of memories with these guys. I remember when I first bought the game in the plaza, I immediately started, picked my starter, and named it Dot Matrix just because of this video.
Dot Matrix, oh yeah. Nobody knew what the hell that meant, but it was okay because it sounded cool, and that was the name of the game back then.
I remember giving Sandy Vajayjay Mudslap, then realizing that Mudslap would forever be stuck on her, not being able to pass it on to her children because that's not how breeding works in Generation 2. I remember spending several hours headbutting trees, looking for Heracross until I finally gave up, looked up how the mechanic worked online, and then was able to find one at the cafe that's a couple blocks away from my house. That was a pretty cool memory. I remember one time me and my friend were trading. We traded Gengars, and then we forgot to trade them back. And then he realized, hey, wait a minute, my Gengar's the name Fart. And then I realized, oh wait, I have yours. So that was kind of a funny little memory there. I remember his reaction when he saw my Vixvaporub. That's kind of funny. I named it that because I think it would be funny. Vaporeon. It's a Mexican joke. Doctor Strange has a cool tan in Pokemon Stadium 2. I'm glad to know that. I specifically gave this Dragonite Safeguard because my friend's gosh darn Crobat kept on confusing every one of my Pokemon, so I gave this Pokemon Safeguard to counteract that. Here we have, because a funny COD 3 reference, here's Plans B Cousin Condom. I mentioned that I wouldn't name it Condom because it was too obvious. It was also because I already have one that's named Condom. Here's Hot Cheeks, the Raichu, yeah. And again, I just have a whole bunch of memories with these guys. I'm glad I got to preserve them, so I am very happy about that. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I took a little more time than I usually do in making this video. Hopefully you appreciated that, and hopefully you can leave me a like and a comment down below. I would appreciate that. If you haven't seen the latest episode of my Pokemon Crystal Let's Play, then go do so. These Pokemon here will not be featured in said Let's Play. We have a different batch of Pokemon which are pretty cool as well, in case you want to check that out. Have a good day. Peace out.